Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. So we're at Skyhold now. Yay, Skyhold. It just means we have to talk to everyone. That we're fucking restricted by so many things. Oh no, I haven't destroyed my darkest menace. I'm gonna go talk to you.
So, Inquisitor,
to everyone else.
It is Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Drosto, what did I step in?
Let me know what she says. I could use some clarification myself.
It's swearing, not praying. She doesn't answer. Not like she's supposed to. I know what happened to you. Or what everyone here thinks happened. It seems... I don't know what it seems.
I can't help you if you don't explain what's wrong exactly.
It's got to be nonsense, doesn't it? We're kind of screwed if it isn't. I mean, that Carriffy thing. A Magister, right? Story is, he cracked the Golden City. But that's a hazy dream. If not, Seat of the Maker, real thing. A seat needs a book, so the Maker, real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world, real things. It's too much, isn't it? How pretty are you that I actually think this shite is possible?
I like to hear this. The pretty part, not the overwhelmed by everything part.
Oh sure, don't mind the bung through the heavens, love. Primp and toss and all is well. What I want is to get everything back to business as usual. A nice simple system with simple problems. Helps me, helps people, helps you. In that order, for now.
Yeah, remember, she's here for to help the little people. I mean, I probably shouldn't say the little people. She's here to help the commoners. Cause, fuck the nobles and all that.
I'm hoping you'll stick around. Never know what might interest you.
You're just so smooshy, little Herald.
Smooshy. I am so smooshy. Anything else to talk about?
Your wish is something.
So you like to have fun. The Inquisition seems an odd fit. Why are you really here?
You're too ducky to refuse?
I'm
And
too
I can help
ducky,
people.
apparently.
It's starting to sound like you're looking for something more.
It is. Mostly. Okay, fine. There's talk and... I want to see.
See what?
I don't know. I've got all this chantry stuff in my head, and it makes sense, right? But it's fuzzy. I want to see if it's all really real. I just don't know if I want to really know. So I'm selfish. It's all for me. Count yourself lucky, I guess.
That sounds like the religious equivalent of, so there's belief, but I want to know if the belief is real. But yeah, I don't want to really know if the belief is real.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Anyway, hi, Evelyn.
Maker, you're a mess. Let me have a look at you.
Remember,
Are
we
you all
won't
right,
talk
my
and
dear? Were
things,
you hurt?
which are
You
basically
look
just
dreadful.
spike boobs.
You should have seen me an hour ago.
We should do something about this dirt. We don't need you frightening the faithful. Let's keep up appearances. You've handled this crisis competently, saving as many lives as you did. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
So many people are joining this fight. What if I'm only leading them to their deaths?
Death is a part of war, my dear, and a part of life. We cannot escape it. Those who die for the Inquisition give their lives willingly. The alternative is to forfeit all they cherish to these horrors from the sky. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. I think you know what needs to be done, my dear.
Okay, anything else?
How may I help you?
I wanted to ask...
Of course. What
Did
do
I
you wish
exhaust
to know?
all this? Oh. Never mind. Moving on, over topics.
So, this is Skyhold.
Yes. This is Skyhold.
Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications. We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
He's not going to get the better of us again.
We lost good soldiers that day, loyal men and women. And when he came after you, he really made it personal. I swear I'll take that twisted bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
I'm not losing anyone to Corypheus. Especially not you.
You can't afford to think I'm special. I'm a soldier no different than any soldier lost at Haven. I am fond of you, it's true, but we can't let this go any further. This, whatever you want this to be, is impossible.
Oh no. But...
You're right. This should go no further.
Thank you, my lady. You'll see that this is for the best. Look, in spite of it all, there is hope. The people flock to your banner. They believe in you.
Blackwell's not for my main
Tell me
romance
honestly.
choice after all.
Are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen.
Once again, I don't know.
There is so little I remember. What if they're right?
Does it even matter? Don't you see what you are to them?
That's such a
Without
sad
you, they'd be
face now,
consumed by
doesn't it?
despair. We all would.
Think it's the
They
eyebrows.
need you to be Andraste's messenger. It gives them hope. The truth doesn't matter. Listen to me talk. Your time is valuable and I've wasted enough of it.
But and now I'm uphill.
Majestic. How is a place like this ever lost?
I'll go wander aimlessly. Oh no, I made the Varric already. Oh no, I made the Varric already. I'm not ready for this. No one's ready for this. Cassandra's not ready for this. I really wish I could just import like my customization from the first game. So no, I didn't have that, because that's silly. If I had more head templates though. What the fuck? That is just... What? That's just a bit much, don't you think? Okay. Does eye color really matter when we could change eye color from the thing anyway? No, it doesn't. Hell, though. That's where it gets into the complicated part. I'm pretty sure I could use the one thing, but yeah. Part of those I don't really like the face. I need. It still doesn't bother me a bit. The other thing, I don't want to spend all time just working on this, so yeah. I forgot how I had the node. The problem though is, I need to take a second. I need to go back to let's see, Dragon. I need to look at my Dragon Age 2 thing. Okay. So. Character looks nothing right like her Dragon Age 1. Alright. Firstly, this. No, we don't have that at all. Thing is, her face was actually a bit more thick, a bit more blush. We had pink eyebrows too. Why can't I have my eyebrow colored the right color? Yeah, I might have to do this. Where was it? No. Do. I don't know if I could do this for... Well, let's try. If this works. It might not work because we're not actually in character creator. Yeah, I don't think this is working. Which might be concerned. Okay. So I can't get the hair color right. Facial structure. To be fair, the facial structure is actually not like that. Definitely actually a bit. Bit thicker than I liked on. So we're trying to get. I was trying to go back to like the first video and just check exactly how I had the code at the start, but yeah. So let's go to my video. Mute. Okay. Character creation. Where's my character creation? My proper character creation. Yeah, I need to do something about that nose. The nose wasn't, you know, as overpowering, but. Wow, it doesn't really go down, does it? God, that. Hell. Eh. Yes, if they were same color, which we can't do. My problem though is, we can't really get the pink hair. The eyes were also actually a lighter pink around. Oh, the mouth was basically just a flat line. More of a flat line. Like, yeah. Also like that. Something like that. But, yeah, the only thing that's, I would say, is off. Well, fucking arrows have actually need adjusted. I think that works. Minus the whole pink hair and the eyes. The eyes just, yeah. Okay, I think I can fix the eyes at least. I just need... Oh, I just need something hell. If the eyes are actually more of a really light pink. Like super light pink. Like almost a glowy pink. The problem is I can't have the glowy glow. So that's about as close as I can get. And then, yeah, I can't really do the hair, so, meh. Okay, make changes. So, yeah, by the way...
Inquisitor, meet Hawk, the champion of Kirkwall.
Though I don't use that title much anymore.
Hawk, the Inquisitor. I figured you might have some friendly advice about Corypheus. You and I did fight him, after all.
Might have made the face a bit too long. Maybe.
You've already dropped half a mountain on the bastard. I'm sure anything I can tell you pales in comparison. Oh, I don't know. You did save a city from a horde of rampaging Kunari. I don't see how that really applies. Or is there a horde of rampaging Kunari I don't know about? There's a Kunari. He almost qualifies as a horde.
We almost sound like about the same voice actor.
So, then, what can I tell you?
It's
Varric said that you
weird.
fought Corypheus before. Fought and killed. The Grey Wardens were holding him, and he somehow used his connection to the Darkspawn to influence them.
Corypheus got into their heads, messed with their minds, turned them against each other.
If the Wardens have disappeared, they could have fallen under his control again.
It's very weird. Like, I swear we have the same voice actor, and therefore it's throwing me off a bit. Just the problem though is Hawk's one is using a lighter tone to the voice than ours is.
So Corypheus has the Venatori, the Red Templars, and now possibly the Wardens as well.
Yay.
Wonderful. I didn't come this far just to give you bad news. I've got a friend in the Wardens. He was investigating something unrelated for me. His name is Stroud. The last time we spoke, he was worried about corruption in the Warden ranks. Since then, nothing.
Corypheus would certainly qualify as corruption in the ranks. Did your friend disappear with them?
No. He told me he'd be hiding in an old smuggler's cave near Crestwood.
There's the thing, depending on choices, in like the Dragon Age Keeper stuff, depending on how you set things up, that warden could potentially be Alistair, if he remade the Grey Wardens and, you know, stuff. Could also be Logan, if you kept Logan alive and let him become a Grey Warden. He could also potentially be that one. Or if you know, killed Logan, made Alistair king, Or, depending on your choices. Stroud's basically your default one, because Stroud was the Dragon Age 2. He's the guy with the mustache who was like, hey, Bethany could join us and all that. But we're not going to see each other, and it's going to be like, yeah, bye. But anyway, so, what were you investigating?
If you didn't know about Corypheus, what were you doing with the Wardens?
The Templars in Kirkwall were using a strange form of lyrium. It was red. I'd hoped the Wardens could tell me more about it.
We've encountered red lyrium. Corypheus was using it to corrupt the
I think
Templars
I got the
and turn
eye
them into
shape
his
wrong.
slaves.
Hopefully, my friend
It's
in
a
the
bit
Wardens
too
will know more.
open. Maybe I should went more for like how my eyes are, the closeness.
If Corypheus has corrupted the Wardens, it may be too late to save them.
I understand. I'll do whatever's necessary to stop him. Corypheus is my responsibility. I thought I'd killed him before. This time I'll make sure of it. Inquisitor.
I heard you had family and friends in Kirkwall. Where are they now?
My sister's a Grey Warden. I had my friend Aveline take her as far from Orlais as possible. When all the Wardens started acting strangely, I had to keep my family safe. Fenris would have killed himself to protect me. I didn't want to give him that chance.
I assume Varric's been feeding you information about the Inquisition. What did he say about me?
Only good things, I promise. I was a little surprised, actually. Varric isn't one for religion in general, but he thinks highly of the Inquisition. I think the exact phrase was, has a good shot at fixing Blondie's mess.
You said you thought you killed Corypheus.
He was imprisoned by the Grey Wardens. He needed my blood to break the seals and free himself. And I didn't just think I killed him. When the fight was done, he was dead on the ground. Maybe his tie to the Blight somehow brought him back, or maybe it's all to Vinta magic, but he was dead, I swear it.
And possessed the Grey Warden, moved to another form, stuff like that. But yeah. I wanted you to bring up, remember the point is, he can influence the Blight to affect the Grey Wardens. Because he's technically, you know, technically a Darkspawn in a way. But he can use the Blight to affect the Grey Wardens. Yet for some reason, something that still bothers me in Veilguard was the fact that elven gods who are using the Blight, but yet they can't just use the Blight to affect the Grey Wardens. Because now we can't just reuse the same plot point from Inquisition. But yet it would make sense. And why it would make sense is because, you know, they're using the Blight. Like, Corypheus isn't even really using the Blight. He's just, you know, because he has influence over the Darkspawn, technically, because of what he is, he could do that. But yet, the elven gods who have complete control over this Blight can't just use it to influence the Grey Wardens. And I don't know why that doesn't make sense. I think that the easiest explanation still is the fact that Bioware just didn't want to reuse this plot point from Inquisition and Veilguard, even though it totally could have worked though. They're probably too afraid that people will be like, they're just reusing the whole Warden being influenced by the Blight thing. But yeah, it would still make sense in that. I don't know. It's just one thing that bothers me really. Well, one of the things that really bothers me in Veilguard. Because it's like, they should be able to do that to the Grey Wardens. I mean, it's not like Corypheus kept it a secret or anything. It's just, you touch the blight and it affects, you know, anything that has the touch of the blight in it. Which would be Grey Wardens, because they have a touch of the blight in it. So you control the blight, you can control the Grey Wardens. But yet, apparently that doesn't work in Veilguard, even though that's the whole point. Is the Alpha Guards are using the blight to control the blight. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Why did you step down as Viscountess?
I told you that the Templars in Kirkwall were using red lyrium. It made them paranoid, and eventually they turned on me. I left Kirkwall to try to find out more. Never imagined it would lead me to Corypheus.
I'd like to know more about Anders. What was he like?
I don't know if there ever was just an Anders. He was crazy. By the end, there was nothing left in him, except this insane need to start a war no one could win.
It was basically, he had to prove a point. And his point was, hey, I'm just going to blow up the Chantry and start a holy war. To, you know, try to free the mages. Which was dumb. It
We'll
was
talk
a
later.
dumb.
I'll meet you at Crestwood.
Goodbye, Hawk. And I have that. Add to the list. Whee! Xander, you gonna go yell at Ferric? Yep.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me. You interrogated me. What did you expect?
Alright.
Enough! You're taking his side?
No.
I said enough! We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but she had vanished. Then, we looked for Hawk, but she was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You who kept her from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Stop.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy.
Varric's not responsible for what happened at the Conclave.
I was protecting my friend.
Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept her secret.
She's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
That's unworthy of you.
He did bring Hawk. Late, perhaps, but Hawk is with us. As are you.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, she'd be dead too. You people have done enough to her.
I believed him. He spun his story for me, and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him and you'd tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. She supported the Templars in Kirkwall, but she had so many enemies. I could have been one of them. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. I don't know what's to come, but you're more than I could have hoped for.
Well, there you go. So, what you reading? Is that a Veilguard
Good book.
Ah! I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, are you blushing?
What would I have to blush about?
You tell me.
It's of no interest to you, I'm certain. It's a book.
I can see that.
It's one of Varric's tales. Swords and Shields. The latest chapter.
So you've read them all?
The latest chapter meaning you've read them all?
Not since this all began. We've been busy.
Why don't I believe you?
It's literature. Smutty literature.
Mutt.
Whatever you do, don't tell Varric.
Maybe I should read that book.
You? No!
Why not me?
You're the Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
They're terrible. And magnificent. And this one ends in a cliffhanger. I know Varric is working on the next. He must be. You could ask him to finish it. Command him to.
Command him to.
Pretend you don't know this about me.
It's such a good. That's such a good thing. It's like we need Cassandra to have, you know, a softer side. Let's make her read smut.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor.
Is it the
Liliana
smut?
is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
Yeah, sure, why not?
We can certainly look into
Add
it.
to the list.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
So,
So, that book you were reading.
you're romantic, though.
Yes, what of it?
So under that taciturn shell beats a true romantic heart.
Why must it be an accusation? Romance is not the sole province of dithering ladies in frilly dresses. It is passion. It is being swept away by the pursuit of an ideal. What is not to like about that?
Don't get me wrong. I like this side of you.
I don't swoon.
I meant the passion.
Oh, well that's not so bad then.
Oh, blah. Am I going to remember to take her with me when I go to those places? Probably not. Alright, Iron Pole. So,
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
sure, why not?
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. She doesn't talk much.
Huh.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't think the chant of light as much
You've
as I
seen
should.
that, but yet you can't
But you can't
recognize
see
the
something like that
Inquisitor.
and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink.
We didn't have a drink.
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
I knew some of the soldiers felt like that, but to actually hear it...
It's hard to be just an idea sometimes. That's all you are to most of them. It's why you could stand right in front of them without being recognized. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that, no matter what comes next.
Gotta go blend in, be the people's people. That people. Oh, we people. I don't.
Haven was a cock-up, Herald, Inquisitor. But you did right by me, and others.
I did say.
Pay you back.
Scout Harding.
Ah.
Your worship.
Pie. So what's that?
Shouldn't you be out there?
Scouting.
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Tell me your secrets.
Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by... that... thing out there.
What's been going on?
Sister Liliana glanced at me today. I think she's gonna have me killed.
Well, there you go.
What's been going on?
Ambassador Montelier sent me a basket of flowers to thank me for my work with the Inquisition. She's so lovely.
She does like flowers and plants.
I have to go.
So yeah. No. Flitty. Flitter.
Your worship, I'm serving now, in a different way.
Oh, are you? But how?
I do not miss the tavern.
I was like, how are you serving in a different way? You're not telling me.
Yes?
Blackwall? Or what is being corrupted?
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of wardens.
Blight and all that.
Very well explain why so many have disappeared.
Are you feeling alright? No voices or anything?
If I start hearing things, I promise you'll be the first to know.
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of Magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that. Stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything about Darkspawn?
Not
You don't have
everything.
to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
But you have to understand it. You have to know your enemy to defeat them.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Let's discuss something else.
I thought you guys were also supposed to know the location of the archdemons.
Nothing right now.
Or at least
Perhaps
a
in a
general
bit.
idea of where the archdemon vaults are.
Hey, you need me?
Apparently I have nothing to say
See you
right
later,
now.
Nice talking with you, boss.
And Crim's not around because, well, we need Tavern. We don't have Tavern. Oh god, we don't have Tavern. Herp.
Here at last.
Hi, generic
Inquisitor?
surgeon.
Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention.
I don't know, I have dialogue apparently.
Do we have many injured men?
Fewer by the day. The most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold.
Well, I mean,
As for the
still
rest, they either heal
snow
or...
and mountains and other shit.
I try to make the passing painless.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I'd been helping the pilgrims in simple ways. Setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You aren't a mage. Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future.
Well, there you go.
Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
As you were.
Your worship.
Okay, I want to know one thing. Who is this chunky fellow right here? And why can I not have a character that chunky? This guy. He looks like he's seen some shit. Oh, so he might be a dwarf. He might be a dwarf. Maybe that's why he's that bulk. Hi, Colin.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander, soldiers have been assigned temporary quarters.
Temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now!
What's up?
We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
Against an archdemon? No.
We were all shaken by what happened.
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want to. We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established.
Have some ballista
on course within the week. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
Like, trebuchets are cool and all, but trebuchets are not good defense equipment, in my opinion. Like, they're just not good defense equipment. Like, trebuchet's more of a, if you're sieging a place, not so much for defending. Catapults are, in my opinion, better choice. But also, they're still more for sieging a place. Ballista are a good defending thing.
How many were lost?
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Everyone has so much faith in my leadership. I hope I'm ready.
You won't have to carry the Inquisition alone, although it must feel...
Nice camera angle.
We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Nice camera.
I will do everything I can to ensure the security of our people. You have my word.
Where are you going, Patty? Hey.
Yes?
Anything I should know?
Is there anything I should know?
Repairs to Skyhold's fortifications are progressing. Our scouts report no immediate threats in the surrounding area. We are fortunate Solus knew of this place.
That's all for now.
I'm sure you have other matters to attend.
Yeah, remember there's all the stuff over here. Yeah, I can't even go over there yet. I think we need to go dark. Alright, we should probably go look for Cole. Hi, Cole.
This thing is not a stray puppy you can make into a pet. It has no business being here.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Dot.
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
Nah, he's a
He
spirit.
can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
I'm not sure how much more complexity I need, Solus.
Indeed, my dear. He may call it whatever he likes, but it is still a threat.
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solus. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But Cole looks like a young man. Could it be possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. And yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
Dwarves don't have much cause to learn about demon possession. What do you mean?
Yes. Dwarves rarely draw the attention of spirits, possibly because of your ties to the stone. Spirits and demons cross over from the Fade by attaching themselves to something in this world. But Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
One thing to... Okay. So one thing to remember about dwarves is... Dwarves are basically, you know, from the stone. Basically like the offspring of the Titans. The Titans being... basically, let's say the race that pretty much inhabited Thedas. But then, you know, the elven gods were like, oh, we can't have them having, you know, living here and having power. So the elven gods murdered the Titans, took their power and all that. And basically proclaimed themselves gods. Because, you know, all that power, all that magical stuffs. The dwarves, I forget how the dwarves came to be after that, but yeah. Elves are basically spirits put into a physical form. But dwarves are, you know, don't really have a connection to, you know, any spiritual thing. So they're just, you know, more so like from the earth. Well, elves are from, you know, the Fade, spiritual realm. And then humans are, well, humans.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons were drawn through against their will, driven mad by this world. But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years. He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man. It is remarkable.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
He was right.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine, but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
Glad to see you're settling in, Cole. Here I was worried you'd have trouble making friends.
Every breath slower. Like lying in a warm bath. Sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain. dry, scraping, thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes? I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything. I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
It's like you could just, it's like, hey, you could still send Cole away if you really don't want him. Fine, stay.
If you're willing, the Inquisition
Devil
could use
interest.
your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt. The helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
You say he won't die for hours yet, but you can't know that for certain.
His body is failing.
He could recover, or the healers could find another way to help him.
How do you know?
I don't, and neither do you. That's part of life.
They don't just stab.
Try. I want to stay.
Well, there you go. Like how we had to make a decision about Cole. Like, do you really want Cole? I suppose.
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Especially as playing Corypheus' thing.
I'd like to talk about what happened to you before we met.
Before you, Reese was my friend. He showed me I was wrong to kill the mages. I thought I was helping them. Then he and Evangeline went to Adamant, and I went with them. I was worried Evangeline would hurt Reese. We found out dangerous things. It scared Seeker Lambert, and he scared the mages. It started the rebellion.
Who?
Seeker
What?
Lambert told me what I was. Reese couldn't look at me. I ran until I found more Templars.
You're saying names like I should know these names.
What can you tell me about Reese?
He was a mage. He saw me when most couldn't, and he remembered. He helped me, and I watched over him. I worried Evangeline would hurt him. She was a Templar, but she didn't like hurting people. When I left, she stayed. Now she watches over him. They should have been with the rebels. Maybe they ran away together instead. Neither of them like killing.
If you like, I could use the resources of the Inquisition to
I
locate
could.
your
I have a
friend.
war table.
No. If they are alive and safe, they should stay away. The last time he saw me, he didn't want to look at me. He saw a monster. Let him forget.
Oh, there you go.
You said Seeker Lambert told you what you were.
I'm hiding Reese from him, but he chants words and sees. I won't let you hurt Reese. My nose explodes, a shower of blood. Just another parasite that's wormed its way into our world, feeding off all the things you can't have. What we found at Adamant made him angry. We were the first rock rolling at the top of a mountain. He had to stop us. He killed so many. He didn't care. Cold, corrupt. So I came and killed him.
Okay then.
If you hated Seeker Lambert, why go to the Seeker Fortress?
Because he was right. I was a demon. I saw demons at Adamant. They put people in the dark, in the old hurts. I didn't want to be that. I heard the old songs of the Templars at Val Royeaux and followed them. If I forgot, fought, fell to felling, Templars would kill the demon. I wouldn't hurt anyone again.
What was the Spire like when the Mage Rebellion started?
Dead and dying, begging and bloody. Some wanted freedom, some peace, some war. Some wanted it all to stop. Evangeline was a Templar, but she helped Rhys help the others. She set them free. Adrian was a mage, but she killed mages to force the fight. She wanted blood. Rhys just wanted to help, to stop people hurting. Maybe that's why he saw me.
What did you mean when you said you killed mages?
Some of the mages at the Spire wanted to die. Too sad, too scared, too much. I didn't know what I was. A ghost, I thought. Fading in the fade. When I came to them, they could see me. I used the knife to set them free. When Rhys found out, he made me stop. Made me
Seeing a lot of doors just
there were
walk by.
other ways to help. I didn't know.
It sounds like you didn't know what you were doing.
No, I killed people. I knew. I just thought I had to. They were hurting, helpless, haunted. It was all I could do. It was wrong. I was wrong. If I start again, you or Cassandra or Cullen need to kill me.
What can you tell me about Adamant Fortress?
It is old, full of sadness and pain. It should be torn down. The veil is thin. We found a demon there. It had touched a man and made him real again. It scared Rhys and Evangeline. The man wasn't supposed to be real. Then the demon found us. It put me back in the cupboard on the bad day. Rhys and Evangeline saved me.
I'll talk to you later.
Probably.
I like that. It's like, don't do this. Hey, look, there's an operation to do this.
Thanks for my life in Haven. You've all sorts serving now. If that means change, so be it.
Okay, just... I was hoping for a bit more dialogue, but sure.
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
Well, we're an hour in. We talked to most everyone outside that we can talk to right now. Varric? So, Varric, I need you to start writing, stuff.
That got a little heated. Are you all right?
Well, that depends. How angry is Cassandra? I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I bet Cassandra regrets how things went back there. You should talk to her.
I appreciate that you're trying to keep the peace, but things between me and the Seeker are as good as they'll get. I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry.
But that's not why I'm talking to you, by the way.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn, or a Magister. What is he really?
Both.
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawke even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawke. They were Carta at first, which is making me nervous. You think he's got another clan in his pocket we don't know about? We tracked the Carta to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawke's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
There has to be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it. Don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
Brutally murdered is not really the same as unleashed upon the world, Varric.
In this case, it might be. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
By the way, not what I'm here to talk to you about. Varric.
Need something?
I have a special task for you.
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue of Swords and Shields.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that Cassandra read my books.
She's a pretty big fan, in fact.
Are we talking about the same Cassandra? Tall, grumpy seeker, like stabbing things? Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished it and wasn't planning to. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
Well, Cassandra seems to be hooked on it.
And I honestly thought a hole in the sky was the weirdest thing that could happen. So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of my worst serial for Cassandra? Oh, that's such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition. I get to be there when you give her the book.
Fine.
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is terrible just makes it more worthwhile somehow.
Give Cassandra the latest chapter of Swords and Shields. Oh, apparently we have another conversation again.
Battling the demons of paperwork. That's a fight nobody walks away from clean.
You have no idea the number of times I've almost been killed by bills of lading. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition.
I have like 4 different conversations
I don't know how to
with
do
you.
this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
Buddy, just be my best friend. That's all I can
don't
ask.
need a disciple. I need a friend.
Exactly.
If you knew how intimidating you are, you wouldn't make it sound so simple. You just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
What am I to you, then?
None of this shit makes any sense to me. Is this the end of the world? Did Andraste send you through the breach? I have no idea. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right. I
Just
should
make
probably
up.
get back to work. Unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
Wicked Grace? What? Oh, then there was a bit of lag at the end, though. Any more conversation?
Looking for someone to talk your ear off?
Okay, I think we're
I
back
can
to normal
oblige.
now.
What are your thoughts on the Inquisition?
If there's anybody out there who hasn't joined the Inquisition, they're hiding under a rock. Did you want to take over for Eldon? I think we might be able to conquer it just by looking east.
How do you think Josephine is handling the job of ambassador?
I'm starting to get the feeling that this is all a warm-up before she takes over Antiva in a bloodless coup.
What do you think of our general?
Find him a war or something. If he spends any more time in the yard drilling, Josephine will have him killed.
What do you think of Leliana's work?
She scares me. Mostly in a good way. At least I'm reasonably sure she's on our side.
Oh, there you go.
Good to know.
Back to work then.
Nope, more dialogue.
Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
What can you tell me about this Corypheus?
I'm not exactly an expert, but ask away and I'll answer what I can.
How did you first encounter him?
A few years back, I was dealing with some trouble from a Carter clan that went rogue. They were sending assassins after the Hawk family. We tracked them to a rune in the Vimarks. It turned out to be a trap. Once you went far enough into the rune, there was a magic barrier that kept you from going back. The whole thing was a prison the Grey Wardens were using to hold what they thought was a powerful Darkspawn.
I've never heard of Wardens locking up Darkspawn. Why wouldn't they just kill him and be done with it?
I don't think they could. From what we saw in there, Corypheus can control Wardens somehow. They couldn't attack him. The Wardens locked him up because there was nothing else they could do.
He looks like some sort of blighted creature, but he speaks. What is he exactly?
The Wardens who imprisoned him thought he was just a Darkspawn. But you heard him ranting. He claims he's a Magister. One who assaulted the Golden City, what, more than 1,000 years ago? It seems crazy, but if he's telling the truth, he's one of the people who caused the Blights.
You and Hawk both said before he was supposed to be dead.
He was dead. We killed him. The only way for us to escape the prison Corypheus was trapped in was to go through him. We weren't going to just leave the door to his prison open behind us and hope he was dead. We made sure.
Well, there you go.
All right. I think that's enough about Corypheus.
No problem.
Oh, this should lead to the library. Nope. This leads to Solus. We found a Solus.
What?
Hello.
All we can talk about is this? Okay.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhold. What more can I tell you? Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
Yeah, but
You're a mage. You studied the Breach. And you seem to have some idea how a bastard like this might think.
I'm flattered. I claim no secret wisdom. But I will guess
Sure
as best I can.
I would like to know more about the orb he carries.
As I said, that must be the means by which he created the Breach. I suspect the blast that destroyed the Conclave was more accident than anything. The result of unlocking power that had sought release for ages. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believed the orb is elven.
I never would have believed a Devinter mage could unlock such a powerful relic. It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power he should never have known.
Like the power to control the Archdemon.
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any lore connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
Take no what I just said, though, everyone. Like, I want you to reflect on what I just said, though. Because, yeah. Because either Solus here is lying, or... Remember what I said about Bioware retconning? Look at that right there. Nothing in any lore connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons. So, A, this could be, you know, Solus lying to us. Or B, it could literally be a fact that, hey, this is before Bioware had to change, literally, the fucking lore to connect such to make it work, because, yeah. I said they had to make a lot of retcons to make such work. Because their existing lore wouldn't have worked with the plot they were going with. Exactly. But yeah. Because a reminder of Veilguard lore, which I still despise. The Elven Gods basically are each connected to an old god dragon. By using the old god dragons as basically a proxy, they were able to influence the Magisters to, you know, go let them out. Go, you know, go to here and unlock the Golden City, let the light out. It'll be great. It'll be super great. But yeah, for example, let's go back to the, you know, Demont. Bring about the first blight and all that. Was one of the first of those guys to turn into an archdemon. Don't remember who is Demont related to. I definitely forget. Here we go. Demont is like the dragon's old Durmap. Durfman, the Elven God secrets. The Demont rendered Durfman mortal and likely died as a result of the veil, using the Evaner's life force to sustain it. Yeah, that's something that probably wasn't very explained in Veilguard is, yeah. Since basically the Veilguard, I mean the Elven Gods technically were using, you know, the whole dragons as basically the proxies, and since Veilguard had the whole plot of, you know, the dragons need to be killed before they become vulnerable, it would make sense that basically every time there's a blight and one of the archdemons dies, that means one of the Elven Gods potentially went down. Maybe that explains why there was down to, like, you know, maybe only those two left. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Sort of, in a way. Maybe that makes more sense of why there wasn't, like, you know, the Elven God of Arts and Crafts in Veilguard, when we assumed all the Elven Gods are evil, quote unquote. You know, the ones that help the Elven people with the hollows and the wagons and the crafting and the hunting and all that. No, totally all evil. Anyway.
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. It spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Devinter.
You know, you could just fly in on an archdemon and murder the entire city, but, you know, that'd be too easy.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible. Assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to rise to godhood.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying.
That is a good point, honestly.
As it has done countless fools before.
That's a good point. if you're basically a god, you don't really need to prove yourself.
What can you tell me about the source of Corypheus's power?
According to the law, the ancient Magistars of Tevinter received guidance from the old gods. Corypheus commands a false archdemon, a corrupted old god. This suggests he no longer sees himself as their minion. Some of his unique power comes from the corruption of the Blight. The rest may come from the orb he carries.
Yeah, because remember, the archdemons technically would be above the magisters in a way.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Hasn't begun painting yet, has he? Not yet. Anyway, let's go upstairs. Still don't have Dorian yet. I probably have to go talk to... Oh, no, we do have a Dorian. There he is.
Isn't it?
Why aren't you in my party?
One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. I suppose a proper introduction is called for, now that we're not running for our lives.
So.
Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of the Tevinter Imperium. I was at Redcliffe when the Venatori assumed command of your southern mages. I only wish I could have given more warning.
Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't there.
Then you're a Magister?
I know it's all the same to Southerners, but no, I'm not. All members of the Magisterium, and thus all Magisters, are mages. But not all mages are part of the Magisterium. Not to imply I'm just any mage, of course, but let's not start with incorrect assumptions.
You mentioned these Venatori when you arrived. They're a cult.
The Venatori are fools, so desperate to restore the Imperium's glory days that sacrifice our nation's soul. They made an offer to your mage rebels to join forces, but I'd bet they didn't leave the outcome to chance. The result is the army you saw at Haven. This Elder One has more magic than you can shake a stick at.
Well, I'm gonna need a bigger stick to shake.
What you did for us at Haven was very brave.
It was, wasn't it? Throwing in my lot with the underdogs, that's me. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters. A dark spawn.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The Tevinter Imperium's Chantry is a lot different than the Chantry down here in the rest of Thedas.
Who does the Imperium say started the Blight?
You know how it is. Not us. They say Darkspawn were always there. Magisters and the Blight aren't even related. Is that a surprise? No one wants to admit they shit the bed. But if Corypheus is one of the Magisters who entered the Black City and he's Darkspawn, what other explanation is there?
Well, there you go.
Clearly the Imperium has no idea.
The Imperium is a land of lies built upon secrets, built upon falsehoods. I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no, it was us all along. We destroyed the world.
You didn't do anything. Those men did. 1,000 years ago.
True. Except that one of them is up and walking around right now.
Oh, true.
Not to mention I have idiot countrymen who would happily follow him down that path again. I have no intention of letting Corypheus win. Not without someone from Tevinter standing against him. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay and help the Inquisition.
You'd really fight your own countrymen?
Southerners like to think of the Imperium as nothing but slavers and cultists. Why not? That's all you see. But it's not true. Some Tevinters are not only handsome and well-dressed, but Rather put off by all that rot. So, I'll happily kill cultists or anyone who thinks a darkspawn god is the way of the future.
There's your welcome.
We can use all the help we can get.
No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you either. You know that, yes?
That attitude must be why they kicked you out of the Imperium.
They didn't kick me out? Well, only because they never got around to it. Eventually, they might have. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world.
But where are you going, buddy?
Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way. Roderick, that Chantry fellow who led us through the mountain from Haven. You know he died, I assume. Got us as far as the camp, and then that was it.
Oh. That's too bad.
I helped him walk. He talked about you quite a bit. He just needed to be sure you were on Draste's chosen. He was terrified of what it meant, if it were true. But in the end, he believed. He asked me to tell you he was sorry.
Thank you for telling me about that.
I thought it was important. Anyway, we can talk about something else if you'd rather.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
A mage.
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
I'm well aware of your finer qualities. Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all. Now, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, me. I am the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it? Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Qunari can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way. I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
It just seems... so much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care. Deeply. About everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan. If they had their way, by now I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see?
Uh-huh.
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home. Not that it matters, I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
Well, that's enough for now. Except for I have more
think I've
copies.
heard enough.
I have more.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking
Hey, I
about
can
myself.
go back to these ones.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why they come up with so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
Corypheus is a figure out of Tevinter history. He was a Magister.
Yes, but that was a different time. The Imperium's power was at its peak then. The Civil War had ended, the Magisterium was united, its armies scooping up bits of Thedas like candy. The Magisters who entered the Black City, it was a demonstration of how exceptional Tevinter had become.
But who were they?
No one knows. There's no record of a Magister named Corypheus. All this happened 1,400 years ago, before the Blight nearly wiped us out. There are no records. Today, people half believe it's all just a story. That's what I believed.
But it's
we
not
have evidence
story.
the story is very much real.
But not who Corypheus is. If he even remembers. There used to be families who claimed some of those Magisters as their own. That stopped when the Chantry appeared. Then it was shameful, and the families distanced themselves from the tale. All we know is that some men and women entered the Black City looking for the old gods. What did they find? According to Corypheus, nothing.
They found the blood.
And only he could tell us more.
Because here's the thing. It's one of the major issues about all Dragon Age and then Veilguard. Because here's the thing. All Dragon Age doesn't consider the Blight as like its own living entity thing. They consider Blight as like just a natural occurrence that happens due to the Darkspawn. Like, you know, the Darkspawn show up and then Blight happens. It's basically what everything in Dragon Age is. Like, it is like an afterthought. Like, the Blight, like, the Darkspawn basically caused the Blight and all that. But the problem, though, is Veilguard literally, you know, retconned the entire concept of the Blight into being its own living entity thing that basically like a parasitic growth that the elven gods wanted to harness for more power and control over things. And so it's more so like where they put the Blight, then the Darkspawn show up instead of where the Darkspawn are, then there's potential Blight. So it's a completely, it's like, yeah, it's so much retconning in Veilguard. Ugh, anyway.
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
That's what any Magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic, are two different things.
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning. None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. And most of them probably innocent.
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a Magister who makes noise, and then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that Magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
It seems
I find it strange that your mages don't rule anything at all.
I know, right?
Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The Magisterium rules. That Magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
What is the
The upper house of the Imperial Senate. Those seats are split among the circles of Magi. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it
If you're not a Magister, then...
I'm an Altus, which is almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you are.
And what's the fact
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets. If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're Leitan. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
I thought the Archon...
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium. Even so, he gets to appoint new Magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his fate. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence.
If it's a fiction...
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Can...
Technically, the potential... More importantly, commoners believe it can. So they hold out hope. Someday, poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a Quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
What's a Quaestor?
Being a Quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Let me up...
Of course.
There's an Imperial Chantry.
You people aren't supposed to talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public.
Oh no.
But yes, we do have the Chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
Let's ask about that.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true Divine. The woman sitting on the Sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
Why would they disagree over Andraste?
It's not my field of expertise, but the Imperium believes Andraste was a mortal woman, a mage. Down south, they say, no, she's the bride of the Maker, ascended to his side. We feel better believing Andraste was one of us. Makes executing her. So we elected a man as divine, the South declared war, and we've been feuding cousins ever
Well,
since.
there you go.
So, the Imperial Divine is always a man?
All the better to distinguish him from that other one, yes. Don't think there aren't a number of female magisters who bristle at that. Why can't they be? Same reason you never see a man on the Sunburst throne. Because that's how it's always been done. Excellent.
Is the Imperial Chantry so...
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business. Back home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic.
There are circles...
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you... We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce the Magisterium's edicts. The Chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
Do you...
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andra. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the south. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a relic from the past. Yes. I agree with you.
I share your opinion, actually.
That's not surprising, considering what the Inquisition represents. I'll say this. I may not believe in the Chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
That the Maker sent you, whether you are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say.
I'm not sure.
Doubt is good. Me? I've seen too. The world is bigger than I. The Maker doesn't need me to believe.
More topics, Jesus.
So many questions.
So many questions.
I'm wondering...
I'd think you'd be more concerned whether or not they won't, of course. At least, not officially. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea.
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could...
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what? 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that they'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and... Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
But we're not.
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
You think that matters? Don't be silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of... I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah.
And did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's... how it is. Slaves are everywhere. You don't question it. I'm not even certain many slaves do.
Yeah, you gotta remember, some places are like that. Or some places used to be like that, where it was just common practice. It's like, how even the slaves, if they were treated right, they didn't even question it. That's just how it was. It's like, yeah, slavery's bad and all, but nowadays what would it be? Indentured servitude? Quote unquote.
You think slaves like it that way? Don't be ridiculous.
I didn't say they like it. It's all most of them know.
Exactly.
In the south, you have alienages, slums, both human and elven. The desperate have no way out. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
I mean, think about that. Take a moment to reflect on that. So, slavery, if you know, you get fed, you get placed as slave, you get, some ounce of living, compared to, I think the problem, though, is we just didn't do such properly in real life, Not saying it's a good thing, but we did it pretty much on that term. And that's why it's reflected so badly.
Is that what you call it? Treated poorly?
Abuse heaped upon those without power isn't limited to Tevinter, my friend. I don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
Yeah.
That's all.
Fair enough.
I'm curious why you were in Redcliffe in the first place.
Looking up an old mentor of mine. A magister by the name of Alexius. Good fellow. Always thought highly of him. Then one day, he asks me to join the Venatori. And to know what he was thinking. He knew I wanted to change Tevinter, not regress it into prehistoric madness.
The Venatori killed Alexius once he stopped being useful.
Seems odd he would get involved with the Venatori at all.
That's what I thought. I'd hoped to persuade him to leave Redcliffe. I suppose he had his reasons. People will do odd things when they're strung over a barrel. Either that, or I didn't really know Alexius at all.
I should go.
Here I thought we were just getting to the good part.
I think we've exhausted all
A
these
little
topics
bird
now.
told me you were part of the
Oh.
Carter Inquisitor.
Hi.
A little bird.
Well, a big bird. A big, indiscreet bird who was drunk at the time.
What you heard was true. I was once part of the Carter.
Not any longer. Too bad. They're an excellent source of cheap contraband. Back home, you see dwarves everywhere. And not just from the Ambassadoria. Rather odd how in the south, everyone thinks of dwarves as merchants. Limited view,
I
in
don't
my
remember that
opinion.
many doors in
Maybe you'll change
Defense
that.
Imperium.
In the future, one will hear dwarf and think Messiah. Down with stereotypes.
Well, there you go.
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
So here's the thing, now that we finally got to, oh, that dialogue, holy shit, I feel like I was there for 30 minutes just talking to him. Oh. I feel tired after that one. I'll go over here to Solus. Solus. Okay, you can keep the hat. I'll let you have that dignity. But yeah, here's a better stick. Here's a better stick, you know. Armor. Here's a hat. Oh, I have an extra hat still too. Why do I have an extra hat still too? Don't sell it. Yeah, okay, for your stupid hat. There we go. Everything's I don't want without a hat. Why do I have a blocking deflection Vanguard code? Citro's a Revenant. Oh, wait, that's mine. Game. Why am I not wearing my... Oh, I see the... That was my hat I gave to Cole, wasn't it? I gotta make more hats. Oh god, look at all this. Book. 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 Apparently I can't click on that book. Oh hi, you're
Greetings
the
to
new
you,
person.
Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful.
You're taking over the duties of
I
Maeve.
saved her, didn't I?
Yes. She said she was needed
Ah.
elsewhere and that I should serve the Inquisition to the best of my ability.
What is she doing?
I wasn't told.
Ah.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your efforts as leader of the Inquisition.
What makes you particularly qualified?
I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic a dangerous endeavor. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position.
So, need help
What is
with
your
my thing?
evaluation of how we're doing?
Not optimal, given the facilities. Skyhold should be improved, or our efforts will continue to suffer.
Yeah, we do need to get to work
As you
on
wa-
fixing the
Yes,
shit. Oh, so I'm here to any research if I have any. Hi.
Ooh, Inquisitor, greetings. I was recently appointed by Sister Liliana to keep her books in order.
I'm so pleased to be here, helping out in my small way. Well, I should get back to work. One day I'm going to read all...
Okay, have fun with the books. There's no book through a wall that I can't touch. Let's go up here and talk to Liriana. Maybe. You have too much shit lying around that I could read, but
Sister
I don't
Liliana will
feel
want
like
access to the birds. Get the cages up here. Quickly.
Hi, Liriana.
I'm sorry.
Colin, what are you doing uphill?
So am I.
The names of those we lost. You must blame me for this.
Nah, I blame Corypheus.
We all saw who attacked us. We know exactly who to blame. I keep wondering if I could have done something different. When the first of my lookouts went missing, I pulled the rest back, awaiting more information. If they'd stayed in the field, they could have bought us more time. I was afraid to lose my agents. And instead, we lost Haven. You look out for your people. That's a good thing. Is it? My people know their duty. They know the risks. They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives. True. They're our soldiers. They'll do what we need them to. If Corypheus is cold, I must be colder. War demands sacrifices of us all.
Jeez. Bit dark, don't you
Our
think?
agents have encountered more followers of Corypheus, these so-called Venatori. Their leader, Calpurnia, has them searching elven ruins. For what, I do not know. I propose we stop the Venatori before they find what they seek.
So...
Do you know anything
who?
about Calpurnia? Only that Calpurnia is a name from ancient Tevinter legend. An unusual one. She was a priestess of Dumat, foster mother to the founder of the Imperium. A name like that is meant to assure the Venatori they follow in the footsteps of legends. We must prove them wrong. Calpurnia must be up to something. Corypheus doesn't seem the type to suffer idleness. I will not let her and Corypheus take us unawares again. These Venatori have been shadowing a merchant called Vicinius on Calpurnia's orders. They've investigated his finances, surveyed his warehouses. I propose that you meet with Vicinius. Flatter him. Find out what he knows of Calpurnia. Vicinius sounds like a Tevinter name. Born in Tallow, although he claims to be from Virantium. He sells rare oils and amber, and prefers red wine to white. What side of the bed does he sleep on? He's unremarkable. I cannot think why Calpurnia would care. What if Vicinius is as much in the dark as we are? It never hurts to eliminate an avenue of inquiry. And we should tread lightly with the Venatori. They have contacts and spies, just as we do. The sooner you speak with Vicinius, the better. We need him to open up about these bloodthirsty cultists. I'll bring wine.
Remember that.
Vicinius could be a useful ally. Merchants travel, and they love gossip as much as coin. I'll make arrangements for you to visit his summer home in Valrayo.
Ooh,
Hopefully,
Valrayo.
your attention should be enough to pique his interest. We'll have Calpurnia's secrets yet.
Head to the west. Anything else?
Inquisitor? The Divine's death hit you hard. How have you been feeling? Oh, you are referring to my outburst in the Haven. I am much better now. Justinia was such a dear friend, and there were so many things going wrong. Sometimes it's best to talk these things out. I was there when the hero Ferelden defeated the Archdemon. We won the day, and I thought the Maker smiled on me. When the Divine requested my help, I went to her. I owed her that much. I sacrificed so much to do the Maker's work. But now, Justinia is dead. I was angry. I felt betrayed. But I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You were grieving and upset. I understand.
Thank you. Now enough of this. Let us think more pleasant thoughts.
Anything I should know?
I've agents stationed by the ruins of Haven should Corypheus or his lackeys return. So far nothing, and the breach has been quiet for some time.
Oh, there
but
you
it's
go.
something at least.
I can't open the door. That's a wall. Okay, fine. Ow. Even if it's up the main hall, jeez. Ugh. I got the game's like, you should have stuff enchanted. No, I'll get to that. Instead, let's go talk to Josephine. Hi, Josephine. Finally
I've
got
made some
back to
inquiries
you.
into the Imperial Court. The sooner we deal with the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable. It will complicate matters.
Oh, goody.
Everything in the Empire complicates matters. It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the higher stakes, and to the death.
The Court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
Exactly what do you mean? How is it more dangerous than usual?
The Empress is in the middle of a civil war. Her cousin, Grand Duke Gaspard, seeks to take her throne by force.
Oh no.
Leliana reports that a group of elves has been sabotaging both armies, drawing out the hostilities. Orlais holds Tevinter at bay. All of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corypheus. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orlais will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
But I don't have a thing to wear.
A grand masquerade? I need to go shopping.
I'll arrange for an invitation at your discretion, Inquisitor.
Yeah, we could actually do that right now. We have enough power. But
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new
it
headquarters.
needs work.
Foundation cracks, nesting animals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to
Yes,
receive
they
any
must.
visitors of distinction.
It certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what Thedas requires. The Templars came far to fight with us. They need to feel secure here.
Do you not feel safe here?
I've had difficulty forgetting Corypheus' attack on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure they'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lady. I will now bring diplomatic issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'd be delighted if you could conjure up a marble bath within the next hour.
I'll attempt to add that to the list. Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
The Maker hasn't shown himself for some time. There's no reason he'd start now.
Perhaps you're right. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
Only when I laugh.
Very good, Inquisitor. A situation requires your attention.
Oh, Jesus.
Noble Chantry loyalists in the city of Jadar are spreading accusations that you're responsible for the Divine's
not
death.
again.
They're unusually organized. I recommend we send people to Jadar to deal
I don't even know where that is.
Will anyone even believe me if I claim I didn't kill the Divine?
Perhaps if they learn about your heroics, we should emphasize how you stopped the breach devouring the sky. Even in Jadar, it may win you a few admirers.
What does the nobility gain by saying I murdered Justinia?
A scapegoat to begin with, but I wonder if the Grand Clerics are at work. Those immediately eligible to be divine died at the Conclave. The ones remaining were not as favored. They may look upon you as a rival for influence.
No.
Let's send some ambassadors to convince Jada I'm not a monster in disguise.
Excellent. I believe there's much to be gained by winning them over.
Anything else?
Greetings.
What do the
hell?
people make of us?
There's scarcely a noble house that hasn't openly pledged its support to us.
Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for?
You may see the Countess Lutetia in the halls. A lovely woman, but her conversations tend towards the unusual. She's the patron of Orlay's greatest naturalists. The Countess's particular passion is collecting butterflies.
That does...
She goes into great detail about preserving them.
Ooh.
Good day to you.
Nah,
Let's
I think I'm
speak-
good.
Another...
Okay, so here's the thing. The game wants us to, you know, path. Like this one here. It's simple, because it unlocks Crestford. This one here is complicated. I forget what I have to do to unlock the thing, though. I have to go give Cassandra that. Sinuous. But I forget what I have to do to unlock specializations. Inquisition. Specializations. Do 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 do. Companions gain those for the first time they lowers party member after the Inquisition. The Inquisitor can learn those by buying trade from the war table and buying trade from the war table. Specialization should be unlocked after the first set of repairs made to Skyhold. So when specializations for the Inquisitor becomes available with the war table. So basically I need to wait till that. Also, I have no idea why I really want to be as a warrior. Champion, Reaver, Templar. I have to ponder that. So basically, we need stuff to advance. Anyway. I'm on the War Council. Again. Oh yeah, I need to make more hats too, don't I? Yeah, we can do that. But firstly...
Can you arrange what we discussed earlier, Ambassador?
I found the money. The Inquisition will compensate the families of those we lost at Haven.
Thank you.
And there are sometimes I bring it up and try to mage out there look in the wilderness. Alright, so Dorian, what do you want? Dorian's request. Well, I'm pretty sure Dorian's request would be under Dorian, you know. If I had a haphazard guess. Huh. It's like I'm looking at the list where it should be. It's like it's not there. Why is it not there? Wait, it's just a thing. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which one I send. By fair as much. Oh well. Don't need to refer to the Inquisition force located in these Spanish roads. Could be hiding advanced camps. Purpose unknown. If you wish to deal with these mage officer, Durham will be pleased. Yeah, place is marked. Oh, Mori for Haven. Now we see not I believe though this outro will be perfect. I forget which one to send. Well, let's look this one up. A memorial for Haven. So either way we get the same thing. So, doesn't really matter. Though we're not obviously not I believe we can agree on the search it will be a perfect agreement. I would like to build a monument at the site where Haven starts tomorrow to give the lives defending the faith. Please convey my thanks to the Inquisitor of the Inquisition Search with great help clearing the area for the memorial construction. The sight of their uniforms, race spirits, and measly. My standing forever is a testament to his strength. I wish we get an edgy dagger grip. You know, totally not something I would like. Power for a price, huh? Power for a price. Doesn't really say, so. Oh well. It is time the Inquisitor commands a small kingdom. It's time to exercise the way for influence that remains uninvolved to commit lords and ladies, fans and art, where they could be engaged with plights of passion. They could be compelled through mercenary means. Much fair display. Make it known the Inquisitor has way in the boom to the dispensary of powerful will be open to you. A grand march. Inquisitor is a sight to behold. Inquisition is a sight to behold. Commander of legions, hearts and minds is wherever you, Christmas. Wherever my masters will be pleased. I bring my will to take over the century even further. Stairs or general. Oh, King Ouch. I felt like we should have met, seeing as you were capturing the western part of my country until someone wiped Haven off the map. My map. That was when I first had one army and forever with power up by your leave, and then there were two. But to grasp my point is that I'm King Ouch, forever, and I've learned that. Who was behind that second army is called Defender Force is approaching the royal power somewhere, Cackling, no doubt. Seeing as your Inquisition knows far more about them, I hope you could help me find these cards and ask them to leave with pointy swords. I don't even know what they're up to. One archdemon per age is very off for Anakin's stomach. Thank you very much. Shadows over dinner room. Shadows over dinner room. Shadows over dinner room. It doesn't really matter, but we're still very honored to have hand of this.
Inquisitor.
Conscript language. Third replaced towards one magister who commands something else suspicious like archdemon. The laboratory is going to cause. Yeah, sure, you deal with that.
Inquisitor.
Around pommel. Yay. Forget what Frostpath Basin is. One secret corresponding to the coast of different. That was no way to take this discovery. Searching like recent events that parts of scouting the Frostpath Basin for you to sort of discoveries beneficial to both the academic field and the Inquisition. Yeah, sure, go investigate. New area unlocked. We go to the region self-cap. Press the camera because the scouts get anything they can find. So far, we've been caught. Love very old barcodes. Over this year, something more exciting. Frostbat Basin. Trying to remember what that one is. Is that the one DLC? It might be. And for her Mandara service. Great ways of your weather is facing a pitch battle where people may disguise as kitchen swords, fireballs flying, and swords flashing, brings back over times. Bringing anything coming out of those kitchens for a while. Let me tell you, what if they were going to poison me? Naturally, they were cautious. Yeah, I'm grateful for the Inquisition's help. We wouldn't have harmed them without you. So, the problem though is we don't have access to. There's a lot shit I could do here on the map table still. I feel like I should go do something, you know? Because the problem though is, until things happen, I can't just, you know, go places. Yeah, but let's go to the Foul Mire. Maybe I can go back afterwards. Jeez. Warrior. There we go. Confirm. Need to set up Dorian anyway. Yeah, my problem though is I want my spatialization, you know. But they're not letting me have my spatialization. So then you go progress stuff and you tear at least the main halls fixed properly. And it's now up to the point where it's like, now we get a debate whether we want to actually do things. You know, because there's quite a few areas open to us. I forget what I have to do to get advanced shit too. I mean, yeah, there's the actual story things, which makes sense, but what else do I need to do to advance shit?
Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avar, barbarians from the mountains.
Oh no.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
But, like, why?
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avar think there are gods in nature, as in, the sky has a god and the forest. The Avar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You know, scholars, lowlanders, or Legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy. You'll have to fight your way through undead. Wait, you're not squeamish about undead, are you?
There are any corpses possessed by spirits?
Right. Nothing to fear. The Avar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the fallow mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Word for you.
Report.
What is it? See for yourself, sir.
Oh, to one. Hell, journal. Remember, we can increase our power by just going over here and be like, hey, we have that stuff.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
See for yourself, sir.
Oh, well, I don't have that. So yeah, remember, I could spend my points, but I don't want to spend my points. At least not yet. Bioware, you're fine. You're fine. Except for you're not fine. As a reminder, now we have Tempest. Tempest. Flash Coach and Ice Skill increases your armor and freezes enemies that strike you in melee range. Grants of religious mage better equipped to handle potions that were concerned that you carry more. The fact that your electrics last longer if you have to run immediately after a number. Also 1,000 cuts. Fun time. Classical lightning. High saving or speed everyone in the battlefield except you move much more slowly. Elitters. Fun times. So yeah, now I gets Reaper, which I have mixed feelings about Reaper. Because basically the problem with most Reaper things is you lose, you know, the more you hurt, the stronger both effects are. I think Ring of Pain's fine. It's the other ones that get more complicated. The power I think is fine too. Then there's other ones that, you know, you take damage over time. You take damage with each swing. You do more damage, but you're hurting yourself in the process. Yeah. I just don't have places on the skill boards for all this, do I? And Dorian, of course. I mean, getting to haste would be not the worst, but, you know. Okay. Let's grab our favorite thing, of course. Good old Veilguard. Peaceful aura. And dispel magic. I don't care enough about dispel magic. Go grab our basic spells. Chain lightning, energy barrage, light bolt. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, flashfire is probably the better choice, but I can't go all in. Probably not gonna keep the mind on the thing anyway. can keep it for now, though. Okay, you know the thing. About like that. Tactics. I want to say preferred, but at the same time, they don't know how to use Bioware properly. You already have... Yeah, of course, don't use Mark of the Rift. Did I ever set this properly? Yes. One for us because healing. That's fine. I still need my thing first, so yeah. So yeah, eventually we're gonna have to start going down that. But let's get stuff finished, like for you. Oh yeah, I forgot you're supposed to also be downloading stat cage too. I don't know what I'm going for haste. Okay, Inquisition. Okay, when does Skyhawk get repairs? Look what I need to do. That's not why. It's like, okay. Complete story quest. It doesn't really give me a straight thing. Do. So, let's see. After leaving, return to Skyhawk for the first time. Okay, so basically I just had to leave and come back. Well, you know, I could work with that. Now let's go back to Skyhawk. Woo, and hopefully it fits enough that I can do what I wanted to do at the start of this video. Hopefully. I'm not ready to, you know, go off and explore stuff just yet. I also need to look up a few things too. Like, where do I get T4 diagrams? That would be useful to know. The difference between TO3 and TO4 aren't that huge. Somehow TO3s are actually better than TO4s, eh? Interesting. So anyway, let's see, schematics, tier 3 schematics, that's pretty rare. And purchase schematics are pretty expensive. I have from merchant stock then. The shops generally located forage of hostile wilderness places and right. I know where to go get the tier 3 ones. It's like, what, tier 4? Only obtained through downloadable content. Oh, they have afterwards log. Most are guaranteed to appear at fixed locations. Available for purchase as crest rewards. There were no tier 4 schematics for weapon upgrades, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay, that works. Nice to know that there's no tier 4 schematics for those. Oh hey, we have the internet fits now. Hey, we have the hall set up. Oh, that's great.
Someone emptied a whole bag of turnips into the fire. Ah, Maker, the smell is everywhere. I was going to use them for dinner and then...
Hey.
Can't recall who took them.
I can do a judgment here. I don't feel like doing a judgment here. Yet. How am I supposed to read that one behind the curtains? Now then, before I go down though, I need to go change my outfit. You know, I need to be fashionable. I must be fashionable, you see. So that means I have to go all the way uphill. Ah, it's
They
lovely.
have certainly spared no expense.
I have a nice bed, windows, which I feel like I'm gonna probably change once I have more windows. I have a thing. Oh, for recipes for Skyhook Guard and Courtyard upgrade main watchtower. Well, I should probably upgrade those. I remember how to upgrade those. I don't have quarries yet. I need more quarries. Ah yes, my wardrobe. So what is my casual wear? I could look like that. Like I just changed my pants. Blue. My outerwear. I'm gonna like venture forth and shit. Or I'm gonna venture capital. Or I can, you know, that. So it's wield. I don't like those coats anyway. Or I could, you know, wear this armor. Which is, needs more color to it. Not that great. Clipping issues too. Or I could wear this armor, but like orange. Yeah, it's not even gold, it's more orange. And then the one I'm probably gonna wear. 'Cause yeah. I mean, blue's not bad. Not a fan of yellow. Oh, wait, is that? Yep. Found my armor. I mean, the red's nice, but yeah. This for two. This for two. What is this? I mean, I guess if I want to go up here and be with my bird statues. You're not allowed to just jump off there. Oh well, back to the main hall. Now, before we wrap up the video, let's make some judgment, shall we? I always love this mechanic.
Impressive, is it not? Fit for a leader, meant to show influence and the burden of it. It is where the Inquisition will sit in judgment, where you will sit in judgment.
So who will I judge?
Who will I be judging exactly? Those who have done wrong. You will know of them, at the very least. All this presumes they have survived their initial encounter with you, of course.
Ah, yes, if they survive.
Do I really need to oversee even more death? I'm nearly at capacity.
I share your distaste for more bloodshed, but it needn't come to that.
We can make decisions.
The Inquisition's sovereignty is derived from the allies who validate it. You are both empowered and bound. Justice has many tools. If their application is clever, execution may even seem merciful by comparison.
Let's begin.
Is there anyone I should
should
judge?
have saved.
Take the throne when you're ready. We will bring him before you.
Should have saved. Oh well. Wait, no. I can save. Oh, I can save. So that way, if I make bad choices and everyone just like, no, we don't approve, I can always reload and change that. But let's see.
Knight Captain Denham, Inquisitor. He awaits judgment for serving the Lord's Seeker at Theron Fall
Yeah,
Redoubt.
you. Somehow you survived.
I knew some of the knights who died there. I asked to oversee his sentencing.
Nice hail.
Denham knew the dangers of Red Lyrium. He murdered the Knight Vigilant and corrupted his brothers and sisters.
Yeah, which was Raven last time I saw him.
I hope the Knight Captain is lucid enough to understand what he's done.
I only did as I was told.
We found everything. The corpse of the Knight Vigilant, even papers proving you knew Red Lyrium was poison.
And yet you didn't even question it.
There is a greater power walking this world. I wasn't fool enough to deny it. None of you would have. I demand justice.
Well, here's the thing. That would probably be my usual choice, but we have Templars. And this is a Templar matter, so let the Templars deal with this.
I didn't suffer at your hands.
Approve,
That was your
approve,
knights in the
approve.
Templar Order.
Approve,
Let the
approve,
remaining
approve.
Templars judge the man who failed them.
No
The
one
penalty will be
disapproves.
death. They can't. Not after what I've seen.
I'm perfectly fine with everyone approving. But remember, this is a Templar matter. I could handle it myself, but I prefer that. Now I believe I said I would need to go craft hats. Because I accidentally put mine on coal.
Better and better. What can't we do in a place like
So-
this?
Anything you need?
Any thoughts about our new tenant?
You sure she doesn't own the place? Acts like it.
No offense, it needed work.
And fine work she's done to it. And for you. Don't mind me. Been a lot of change lately. She has an edge though. Mind it.
I'll be back later.
I'll be here.
Mix and match, pick your batch.
No, wrong. It's that one. Willpower, because, you know, We don't need magic. We don't really need dexterity either, though, to be fair. Definitely don't need the magic, so willpower. Craft. Make one more just cause. Everyone gets a hat. Very nice hat. Until we can make like, oh god, one can make better hats, cause you know, maybe we can make some, you know, hats that aren't that. Maybe I'll get some better blueprints somehow, somewhere. And make anything better in terms of like, you know, bits and pieces. Not really. Not really. I don't think anyway. So I'll go here to accessories. Armor, resolute hat. Oh, you already have hat. Everyone has hat but you. Here's a hat. Well, the only person who can't have a hat is you, and that's honestly the most unfortunate thing, because I don't even think I can make guitars. I think I literally have to find those. Which, yeah, unfortunate that. And purchase things now. Yes. You know what would help? Hey Dorian, I almost forgot about your mage stuff. What do we want you to have? Focused, meh. Oh, did I? Am I dumb? Oh, we didn't even have rings for the first place. You think we would have had rings of magic or some shit? You want to take that off? Let's spread the wealth, because Sarah has, you know, dexterity and crit chance. That's fine. Okay, I'll give you, what, the belt of life? Yeah, it gives you more health. You probably need health. Ring of Master Stage, why not? Definitely, you know, more rings. You have a threat and, you know, retaliation and that. I have resistances, strength, yeah. The crits and the magic and the defenses. Also remember, we have a bit negative to health too, because, you know, or weapon. Oh no, we lose like 50 health. Wait. Yes? No? Armor? Armor. There we go. It's 'cause that. Anyway. Need better glass. What's wrong with that? Need more of those. Need more of those. Well, there's a shop that opens up eventually. I'm still good with, you know, it's like boobs with metal. I need a good old dwarven throne. And then you remember how to get thrones. Okay, is there anything else I want? You seen that, right? Didn't you? Yeah, I seen that. Sheet. Okay, the throne itself, you know, fine. It's just that is entirely too big and silly looking. Anyway, back to Thundercroft real quick. I seen that right when I was leaving.
Not trying to step on your
Special
toes now.
shipments. Hey, look, more things. So what did we require this time? We required these things. Level 3. Eh. 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 Red Larium stuff, eh? Not bad. I just need, you know, I have to need blank rune stones. I can remember where to get those. I'm not carrying these things around with me. I'm just debating what to do. Like, part of me is like, yeah, Foulmire, because it's easy. But I know part of me wants to go to the 1 tier 3 area that I know exists. Just because stuff. Stuff. Oh, is it open now finally? Oh goody. Look, the shops are finally here. There are the representatives.
You have come to the attention of the powerful.
I did.
And I am the response.
Did bring you here.
The Sefari is at your service. You will find my wares unique. I sell influence.
By the way, this guy. Like, what does he actually sell? Reinforced defender armor. It's like, pff, whatever. No weapons, no accessories, no upgrade, no crafting materials. Like, what does he sell? Well, what he actually sells is he sells these. Getting some, we're gonna have a major influence thing. So basically we could, you know, spend almost all of our money, but yeah. Could buy like 1, 2. I have enough money for all of these? Probably not. I have to cheat. Yeah. Then we gain basically an entire influence level and then some. Which means basically he sells things that will allow us to get perk points. To an extent. But yeah. Huzzah.
Glad I'm working with you. I'm not one of them.
Bonnie's him.
Lady Inquisitor,
Bonnie seems at your service. I trust good secret was not too coarse. Now that you've come to some good fortune, you deserve an upgrade. As master of the tradesman, I stand ready to supply your every need.
How are you doing? Good business?
Building.
I need more.
Always building. Thanks to you.
Skyhold needs a healthy flow of goods. How can I help?
Free the trade routes of obstruction. Restore security to the out...
Who?
A following of sympathetic and profit... A guild.
Oh,
no
yeah.
offense, sincerely. We are merely
But why would we
organized
serve it?
merchants.
Segrit survived
About? Doing good work for you and yours? It was time arrangements were
So
made.
basically, yeah, they
I shall make
survived.
every effort to prove that
But
this
we
is an
did
upgrade.
put more people.
What you need... Well, there is... At least. Not yet.
We'll speak...
Anyway, I need to
course.
buy shit. So... They have the answer to Dragon Hunt, which I used to use. It's not bad, honestly. So actually, the lower set stone, it's not bad. Basically, it also looks exactly like her hats, too. It's not bad. Because, remind you, it has Master Dragon Slaying Rune right in it, which is, you know, good damage against dragons. But not what we're here for. What we're here for is also these things. Because they are basically the same thing. Just one's at this level that we can have, and one's at a higher level that we're almost at. So buy those. And then there's stuff for Bianca. And then there it is. Also, by the way, you need to learn how to do runes. Yeah, Dragon Slaying Rune. Demon Slaying Rune. Because here's the thing, the problem with Demon Slaying Runes is they require Dragon Blood. Problem. And yes, buy those. No armor schematics, no recipes. But you do have other useful things. You have those. Which means... Oh, so I should probably do this real quick. Once again, gonna need more money after all. Didn't account for all those scrolls though, which I'm not gonna buy all the scrolls. Just because that would take forever. To buy all the... well, not that long. I think it would give us too much Inquisition perks way too quickly. Anyway. There we go, here we go. 21229. First scan. Buy. 21158. Net scan. Or two values. Change value. And let's say at a 4-inch profit. There we go. Lovely. And now then, remember how I said we have to spam click again. Because we're gonna need, honestly, not too many of these, but I would like to have them rather than not have them. Remember, if we need more Tier 4 resources, we can always go back to RePlay and buy those though. But I need diagrams. That's our biggest issue right now, is we need diagrams, and part of me thinks I go to the high level area and just get diagrams. Using the process that isn't exactly guaranteed though. I was going to do for all Mario nets, but I think I might just want to get the diagrams out of the way. Like, yeah, handle that area, get the stuff. If I can survive that area, for see. There's just one area I really need to secure, and then just milk that one for all the stuff. And maybe Falmar after that, then after Falmar I might go do the Descent. This is just... apparently this is just a tier 2 medal. I mean, it's a bit weird, but sure, why not? Because no one else was selling this stuff, by the way. And there you go. And like, for example, I could get those things, but I could also potentially make better now. Suppose I'm forgetting about one thing I need to do. Oh, it's Blackwall. Nice gripping building, though.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy.
I see.
You were quite the outlaw, I hear. The Carter. You must have some past.
Whatever you heard, I didn't do it.
So you didn't kill an Antivan count with a wheel of cheese? Shame. I was hoping that rumor was true. I don't care who you were. I know who you are now, and that's the person I signed on for. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
What is this Grand Tourney?
You've never heard of it? The Grand Tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the Grand Tourney, and you can make your fortune.
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
That was generous of him.
He said I stood to gain everything, while he'd lose nothing. When it was over, he offered to mentor me, to teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
Don't waste your time on regret.
Regret has its uses. It comes from reflection, and stops you from making the same mistakes twice. But I'm older, hopefully wiser, and I think I've chosen the right person to walk with.
Well, there you go.
Our mounts have never had better.
Oh yeah, I should see if we have a new mount. Hey look, we have a new mount. Yay, new mount. Didn't it?
Inquisition?
How are your charges? Well supplied?
Surprisingly well. Not many could feed these people, let alone their mounts. Makes me wonder what you're capable of.
How's the
Are your wife and daughter?
Elena's minding the farms. Sienna's still running her full races. Wouldn't be fair to drag them up here. I miss them. But someone has to save the world.
Indeed.
Farewell.
Make a big...
Here's the thing, I need to wrap the video up soon, so... You. I can't even talk to him, but I can buy at least. What you have. I mean... I mean, that's not bad. Not as good as what mine, but still. Berserk. Berserk, of course. What you got? It's not bad looking, it's just... Nothing. Oh, so this is just, like, tier 1 stuff, besides the weapons, which are very good. So I wish I had, like, a weapon schematic for that at, so I could have that weapon skin. Oh, maybe you're the... Oh, maybe it's you. I figured.
You get a title, I get the boot. I see how it is. I mean, thanks for my life. Pleased to serve.
Oh, sounds like his position. Come. Oh god, stuff to read.
First, a full wheel of Antivan smoked cheese, and now 3 royals worth of crushed mint. They were right here. I remember seeing someone take them. I can't recall their face.
There's no end of it. I can store an army.
The hell am I? I don't even know now. Oh, those yours means have you. Wait, how? Oh, from down there. Another thing I want to do. I mean, let's see if I could talk to. I don't know if everything actually is over there. I want to go see my war council real quick. Before we make any decisions. Summon the war council. And near after better up, running out of time, warning stuff and all that. But anyway, war council. Oh, geez, sets points. I didn't think we'd get sets points from all that, but I guess that makes sense, so. The short list, yes. Oh god, the short list. Now that means I have to go recheck my merchant. Yay, all the shop stuff. Okay, is it here yet? Yes. We can gain orders to Mars. So imagine Mars, come on. Keep adding official support for the Inquisition. Yeah, sure.
Let us begin.
Family service have returned. North Commanders pledged to our cause of the most formidable warriors from the Legion of the Dead. According to the king, they are veteran Darkspawn hunters, absolutely fearless. The king also graciously offered to show North Commanders well. Yay, I was like, yes, with the Great Bell. I don't know what that does. But there it is, specializations. If you're in search for the legions you want to join, Pokin. The Inquisitor remain a leader without training, with a subordinate cheese of vigor and inspiration should rightly be one of aspiration. Promoting specialists from within the ranks seems lacking. With due respect to our people that will need the hero or so specific recommend looking outside for the best combat specialist. Yay, the best combat specialist. Well, now then. Decisions, everyone. Decisions. What do I think we get cuts into? Once it loads. Specialist, eh? I have to look at that stuff just pop into my inventory. So, let's upgrade. Sigil. Maximum mana stamina, reduced regeneration. Yeah. Specialist. How is it? Hi.
Thank you for Haven and your efforts at Therenfall. I am committed to serve your worship.
Where am I specialist at?
Blessings upon us all.
But like, where am I specialist at, yo? Now, geez, 3 hours in. Ugh. Specialist, though.
Not so standards. That'll guide the dragon right in.
Alright, I need to deliver Cassandra's thing, too. Maybe next time. Where are my specialists?
Never said it'd be easy, but we win, so it won't come.
Are they in the hall or something?
Law has asserted itself.
Okay, well, this is a bit irritating.
If no one else will do it, someone has to step up.
We'll see.
I thought they were supposed to be like down here around the fire. But like, not seeing them down here, and this is, yeah. Huh. What the hell are they? Huh. Well, we're losing time trying to find them. Maybe they're uphill. I go on, where are my specialists at?
Strangest thing, when I reached out, my dagger was gone. Just gone.
Where are they?
Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got
I'm confused and it's bothering me. Specialization set active. Speak to the trainers. Are they marked now? Why are they all the way over there in that corner? No wonder I couldn't find them. I also need to talk to Colin at some point. Yeah, maybe next video and then Cassandra, then figuring out stuff. But anyway, specializations. So what are you?
Let's look at you. Right, you'll survive it. Maybe.
And you are?
I'm a breaker. My name is Thram, and I was not expecting a messenger from this place. The Inquisitor wants to be a Reaver.
Your title is Breaker. What is that?
It's a name. It serves. You will become a Reaver, or you will break. This is not a road for those who worry about what others think. You want power? Admit it. You've battles to win. If you give a toss about opinion, you can write your own history after you win. Let's not waste time. You've dragons to conquer, infusions to make, and blood to drink.
Dragons are involved.
Dragons are the heart of it. The beating heart. We take of the dragon and become more than a mortal with a sword. We become a conduit to... They're a slave to the blade. Your blade.
What do you mean?
I meant what I said. And it was meant to stop you cold. Blood is life. All others can debate it in the next world.
What will this allow me to do?
Win. Not just victory, but bloody victory. The withering of your enemies will... You wish to inspire? Inspire terror.
I'm not making this decision now.
Herald, I hear you wish training so you don't embarrass those sworn to you.
I'm summoned to offer instruction in the physical aspect of the Templar. I'm Sir.
Sir what?
Sir. Our time is brief, Herald. I trust you are serious.
Very well, sir. Call me Inquisitor.
I don't instruct from below, and I'm not one of your troops. Nor am I a member of the Templar Order. The Order. Faith is not where Templar abilities come from. Faith is how Templars endure their abilities. I teach how to deny magics. Not fight, not match. Deny. And that lies in lyrium. You will construct a filter, you will suffer its effects, and you will be worthy of inspiration. How you endure will be your own affair.
My people are resistant to lyrium. I won't have a problem.
That mistake has killed more of you than I care to count. There is a difference between exposure and infusion. Rely on what you will. We are all invincible before the pain.
All right. Tell me what the benefits are.
Magic was meant to serve man. This is ensured through the muscle and will of Templars. We deny the mage his magic. We deny the demon its magic. We are the beacon of right on the battlefield. The benefits, Herald, the benefit is control.
I'm not that involved in the faith side of things.
I don't quote the Chant of Light. Know it or don't, it has proven useful to many, but it has failed some too. Whatever you need, keep it dear.
This filter, describe it.
It is a simple box, or an ornate one. It has simple tools or bejeweled. Depends on what you need. You will use it to prepare the daily draft of lyrium that allows the denial of magic. No one else can do this for you. Soon you won't know you're doing it. It will be a part of you.
What is it that I will endure? The Inquisition Templars seem fine.
I think we're going to probably become a
There
Templar.
is something you don't know you possess. Becoming a Templar will make you...
Champion is basically sword and shield.
You will feel empowered.
Tanky.
It is joyous. But once you are accustomed
Reaver,
to that...
Reaver would have to be probably your best choice,
get
but...
hungry.
Eh.
You have never felt
Maybe I am
this.
both for that.
The Order fights it with brotherhood. I don't know what a herald has.
Very well, sir. I am ready to learn.
They all say that. Here. Know that this is merely an introduction. The steps are simple. Kill, learn, construct. If you do not pray, Inquisitor, I recommend starting, if only to drown the filter's call.
Oh, alright. So basically I need to require broken. Right, that.
Inquisitor! Imagine the frothing of the minstrels dreaming of this meeting. Frantic. I, of course, am Lord Chancellor de Lyon, and I am here to aid your ascension to glory in the hearts of the people. I shall make you a champion.
You can make me a champion. That seems hollow.
Well noted. I can put you through the motions, but this... Champion is about being a leader. There are formalities, of course. Procedures, pish and top. Once you set and have your standard, you shall command like you were born to it. And of course you were.
Is it similar?
We share a way of the field. Chevaliers are generally... You want to be their champion.
You mean a...
Colors. You could cut a square. It's a final step. Symbolic. No drowning.
There's always a cop.
Ah, the dark future of all who live. If you needed a patron, I'd say be... But you are... So dangers of the... It's good to be champion.
I am not committing yet.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure if I can get those with, you know, how hinterlands are. It makes it a bit complicated, because what if none of those things are actually there in the hinterlands? Guess we find out next time. Those we talk to Colin, we talk to Cassandra. Go to the hinterlands, do that. We'll go to the nets, that one area. There's a lot. But anyway, I need to wrap this video up. A bit over on time, so yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all and have a nice day.